All right, we do our research.
All right, Dave, tell them what we mean when we do our research. And speaking of that, guys, hey, there's a store out there. Tell them where they can go to get these awesome shirts now.
Oh, shit, yeah, get that right at ttft.live and hit shop in the menu. It'll take you right to all the awesome products that you're seeing on the screen.
Now.
All right, we do our research, and we did a hell of a lot of research for this one, so strap in. No Country for Old Men is included in the 1001 movies you must see before you die, compiled by the writer, producer, critic Steven Schneider. It is also in the official top 250 narrative feature films on Letterboxd.
This was written and directed by the world famous or infamous Coen Brothers.
It is based on the novel by Cormac McCarthy.
Starring Javier Bardem, Tommy Lee Jones, Josh Brolin.
The cinematography is by Roger Deakins, who is a frequent collaborator with the Coen Brothers. He also shot Barton Fink, the Hudsucker Proxy, which apparently during the shooting of that, he made an impression on Tim Robbins because that same year he shot The Shawshank Redemption. And then the next year, in 1995, he shot Dead Man Walking, which was directed by Tim Robbins. He also shot for the Coen Brothers Fargo, The Big Lebowski, Oh Brother Where Art Thou, The Man Who Wasn't There, Intolerable Cruelty, The Lady Killers, A Serious Man, True Grit, and Hail Caesar. He's pretty much the official eyes of the Coen Brothers. The only films he didn't shoot were their first three, being Blood Simple, Raising Arizona, and Miller's Crossing. Those were actually shot by Barry Sonnenfeld, who, for those that don't know, went on to be the famous director who did The Addams Family, all of them, Get Shorty franchise, and the original Men in Black trilogy.
What'd you call me?
Huh? And Roger also didn't shoot a few in recent history: Burn After Reading, Inside Llewellyn Davis, and The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Some of the other films that Roger Deakins shot outside of the Coen Brothers universe, because this guy is a legend, so I had to bring these up. He did 1984, Courage Under Fire, The Hurricane, A Beautiful Mind, The Village, Jarhead, Skyfall, and the recently critically acclaimed 1917, which had some of the most insane. There's that one-shot movie with the whole war movie looks like it was one take from beginning to end. He did that, yeah. No Country was edited by the Coen Brothers. They've edited a majority of their films under the pseudonym Roderick James. They came up with a single-person alter ego due to guild membership rules forbidding two co-credited editors on the same film. Roderick James was nominated for an Oscar for Fargo as well as No Country for Old Men, but has never taken home the award. The Academy Awards also has strict rules against nominating more than one person per film as director, but they make exceptions when the co-directors are an established duo. This only happened twice in the history of the awards, with Jerome Robbins and Robert Wise winning for West Side Story in 1961, and the Coen Brothers winning for No Country for Old Men.
So what you're telling me is we're never going to get an award for doing stuff together.
Not unless we are an established duo by the system.
Good thing we got 20 years of history.
The release date for No Country for Old Men is November 21st, 2007. Other films that came out around that time were Disney's Enchanted, Hitman, The Mist, Alex Jones's Endgame. Where's my Alex Jones fans at? Frog's gay. A movie came out that I have absolutely never heard of that has the strangest, most 2007-ist cast of Who's Who ever. It's called American Breakdown. But I've also seen it listed as Stories USA, depending on where you look online. Yeah. I'd watch that one night. Mm-hmm. In Paris.
Ooh.
The budget and income for No Country for Old Men, it was shot for $25 million. And compare that to Death to Smoochie we did last episode, I think it was $500 million.
Where the did the other $20 million go?
I don't know. And here's the crazy thing. Let me get back to that. Okay, that'll be in the facts. There you go. There's a lot of money went to something crazy for No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, blow.
Close. It starts with a B.
Bitcoin.
It brought in a little over $1 million on its opening weekend, with a present worldwide gross of $171,627,166. It runs at 2 hours and 2 minutes, which until their recently released Ballad of Buster Scruggs, No Country was the longest running Coen Brothers movie and the first to exceed 2 hours. I told you there was a lot of research this time.
Oh, you did it, kid.
While most productions run through anywhere from 700,000 to 1 million feet of film, the Coen Brothers shot just 250,000 feet due to the film's tight production. It was edited using Final Cut Pro.
Right.
Well, this was 2007. It was a little bit different then. They went downhill. It was the first film edited using Final Cut Pro to win an Oscar.
Windows Movie Maker much?
Probably the last film to win an Oscar, too. It was filmed in Texas and New Mexico from May 23rd, 2006 to August 16th, 2006. Most of the movie was shot in Las Vegas, New Mexico. That's Las Vegas, New Mexico, not Las Vegas, Nevada. And Tommy Lee Jones convinced the Coen Brothers to film some scenes on location in West Texas. And speaking of locations, when Llewellyn Moss crossed the border into Mexico, he became the first character in a Coen Brothers movie to set foot outside of the United States. All their films have taken place within this country's borders. And
hey, when I took this job, it was to protect you against enemies, foreign and domestic, unless it's Coen Brothers.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, if you're going outside of the country, this is no country for the Coen Brothers.
Hey, right. Great.
How about you connect some shit? Oh, Lord.
Well, guys, it's time for you now to close your eyes and get on your knees, which I always found weird because now that I'm older, you want me to pray or you want to rape me? Like, how about I want to see my religion? But with that being said, guys, it's time for the LOC, locking it down, the Lord of Connections. Turn that cross upside down and put it on the wall in the mirror, and it's right back side up. Guys, this week, what we're talking about is the connections.
But you got to say Jesus Christ 3 times.
No, you don't. Candyman 5 times. Watch what happened. And so, with that being said, guys, No Country for Old Men, connections. Let's jump right into it. Dave, it's not going to be long, but it's going to be hard. That's what she said.
That's all right. I got some follow-ups on the connections.
Follow-ups or FUs, because they both start the same way. All right. Resident Evil. What did I do there? Where did I get that at? Resident Evil. Help me. You don't play video games, so how the f*** would you know? The connection would be Resident Evil in the scene where Llewellyn is running away. It's one of the, first off, let's start here. Lassie will never be used again. F*** Lassie. That dog that ran off land and jumped 30 feet into the water as if that shit like a f***ing dolphin dove into the water. But with that being said...
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, you're talking... Was the dog's name Lassie? Or
no, I'm just saying like the original Lassie.
Okay.
Him, Mr. Ed, all of them are f***ed up. Yeah. Now, Stuart Little, this animal, he didn't even have a f***ing name because he's dead now.
He was the Terminator.
Oh, yeah, he was. So he jumps in the f***ing river and I guess, dog paddling. See what I did there? He's dog paddling, and then right when he comes out, I see Llewellyn down there trying to get the water out the gun because it's the Glock, and I say, oh no, they're finna go Resident Evil. The motherfucking dog runs and jumps up at him right before he's like, "Ka, ka, 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 ka." I was like, that took me back to my Resident Evil days.
You know what? I can appreciate that connection because I played Resident Evil just enough to know the demon dogs.
Demon dogs, or look at that! Almost you went supernatural on me. The show Supernatural.
Okay.
Winchester's.
Accidentally.
Hellhound.
100% accidental. I've never seen a single second of that show.
Stop talking to me. All right. Oh, guys, here it comes. It's not fun if we can't have Heath Ledger connection to the dark. It's not a Heath Ledger connection, but it's definitely a Dark Knight connection. All right, guys, if you notice, one of the central things of this film, and I know you should have known this, and if you did not know this, I'm writing you one demerit. One of the things in this film that really I loved from the get-go was the coin flip. That is a classic theme from the villain Two-Face. Now, one deeper connection, which is why I am the Lord of Connections, David. Could you remind me, didn't someone play Two-Face before?
Tommy Lee Jones.
See what I just did there. So there we go, guys.
Who also played in Men in Black.
With
Josh Brolin, who played the younger version of Tommy Lee Jones.
What are you doing here?
I'm just... hey.
So if you want to play that game, he also started out in Men in Black. He has a thing for Mexicans.
Who, Tommy Lee Jones?
Yeah.
How say you? Why?
Because he went looking for some Mexicans at the start of Men in Black, at the beginning of the film, and then in this film, he's still looking for Mexicans. And he has a slur against me. I know it's true because I'm the Lord of Connections.
He makes a living in both films out of deporting illegals.
Right, and when I keep saying Mexicans, I'm speaking in my Tommy Lee Jones sir voice here. So it's not Mr. Royal. Mr. Royal loves all. Well, the yellow, black, and white, they are precious in my sight. T loves the love of the people of the world. All right, and with that being said, guys, all right.
Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, this is going to f*** you up. Were you in a car accident? Were you in a car accident? Were you in a car accident? No, were you in a car accident? And he was in the movie Road Trip. His car got f***ed up. He has the nerve to ask this motherfucker, was he in a car accident? That's our guy.
Who?
Hey, kick a rocker, shake a rock, the big black girl in Road Trip. That's him. He's on. Oh,
No.
oh, motherfucker! Don't make me.
No.
Don't make me. You want to bet? That's him. He's like, hey man, were you in an accident? Were you in an accident? That's him. I'm telling you, that's him.
I would recognize that nose no matter how much it is.
Tarantino. No, I'm right. I'm not gonna look for it, but I'm telling you that I'm right. He's on the bridge. He's like, I'll pay you for that shirt. Can I get you? Can I
the
get
guy
this?
that one of those three guys?
Yes.
No.
Nope. No, you know.
100%.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
No.
You're wrong.
All right, we'll see.
No, we won't see. We're doing this live. We're doing this now. Everything that's happening now is happening now. I'm the Lord of Connection. I got Prince Paul over here. Can't even. Jesus Christ. I am. Shameless plug, IMDb. We love you. We've trashed you all season, but if you give us a job, we'll turn that frown upside down.
You're talking about the new guy.
Yes.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. And if I'm wrong, I'm not going to be wrong. So who gives a f? All right. We're talking. Okay. All right. So we're live, and we're the new guy, DJ Qualls. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Okay. Don't worry.
You were so concerned about getting something to eat. You're about to get a full plate of crow.
DJ Qualls, right?
Yeah, you saw it, but you're not seeing that name in No Country for Old Men, and
that's not what he was credited as.
He's only ever been credited as one thing. I'm pretty sure he stopped acting a few years ago.
I'm right. I'm right. I'm real. I'm real.
I'm real.
Hey, he's gonna come back. Hey, that guys. I'm right. Okay, and last but not least, with that being said, here, I reference it to there's sometimes where these sheriffs didn't wear a gun. I didn't wear a gun. What I found very the connection to that is that Andy Griffith didn't wear a gun, and they were said that he kind of modeled this character after that.
When a man carries a gun all the time, the respect he thinks he's getting might really be fear.
What I found even funnier was that even after Andy Griffith was a sheriff just like him, he went on to do Matlock, which is still trying to figure out stuff and investigate, and that to the end, which is what Sheriff Ed Tom Bell did.
Yeah, the aging detective.
Other than that one uncredited scene for DJ Qualls, guys, those are your connections, and I am Lord. You should not pray to me. Just pay me.
I have a few connections that I stumbled across in my research. If you don't mind, if the
everybody got a plug, nobody want to put it in.
Anti-Lord of Connections can come in. I want to connect it to real life. In the novel that the film is based on, Sheriff Bell talks about the shooting and killing of a federal judge in San Antonio. The story was set in 1980, referring to a real-life incident that took place in 1979 where Judge John Howard Wood was shot and killed in San Antonio by Texas freelance contract killer Charles Harrelson. And here's where it gets weird. Charles Harrelson is the father of Woody Harrelson, who stars in the film as Carson Wells, the contract killer.
Now that is f***ed up.
Yeah.
We talked about that a lot when I watched it.
We're connected to There Will Be Blood. While shooting in Marfa, Texas, Paul Thomas Anderson's film There Will Be Blood was also shooting nearby. A wide landscape shot had to be rescheduled due to a gigantic cloud of dark smoke floating into view from pyrotechnics testing on the neighboring production, setting an oil derrick ablaze. Filming was resumed on No Country the next day when the smoke finally cleared. A year and a half later, both films were the leading contenders at the Academy Awards.
Go figure.
And to the Titanic. This was the second Best Picture Academy Award winner to be produced, written, directed, and edited by the same person, or in this case, the brothers. Mm-hmm. The first was James Cameron with the Titanic. And of course, the other Coen Brothers movie, Fargo. It's easy to make that connection. The case that held the money in No Country for Old Men is the same exact case used in Fargo, used for the same exact purpose. And my last one that I found was Psycho. You got Llewellyn Moss on the lam with stolen money, much like the lead character in Psycho. Hides out in the hotel in a far off abandoned place, just like Psycho. Anton Chigurh murders a hotel guest through the shower curtain, like the classic Psycho scene. The framing of Carson Wells climbing the hotel staircase resembles the shot of Detective Milton Arbogast climbing the stairs at the Bates home before he is murdered.
Nobody should be at the Bates home. Kathy Bates. Misery.
Yeah. And here are some real life casting calls that were made in real life. Javier Bardem was reluctant When approached by the Coen Brothers, he said, "I don't drive and I speak bad English and I hate violence." The Coen Brothers responded with, "That's why we called you." Bardem took the role because it was his dream to work with the Coen Brothers. His hairstyle was modeled after a brothel patron from a 1979 photo. When Bardem first saw his new haircut, he said, "Oh no, now I won't get laid for the next 2 months." Coen Brothers responded by happily high-fiving each other, satisfied that Chigurh would look as creepy as they had hoped. Bardem became the first actor to win Best Actor in a supporting role at the Academy Awards, Screen Actors Guild Awards, BAFTA Awards, Golden Globe Awards, and Critics' Choice Awards.
Did you also know he was the first Spanish actor to win an Oscar and was also the first Spanish actor to be nominated for an Oscar way back in 2000 before Night Falls?
I did not know that. Josh Brolin went all out to secure his role in the film. He caught wind of the production while working on Grindhouse and asked director Robert Rodriguez to borrow a camera for his audition. He ended up having his audition elaborately shot with a theatrical camera, and it was directed by Quentin Tarantino. When the Coens saw the tape, their response was, "We love the lighting." 2 days after getting the part, Brolin broke his shoulder in a motorcycle accident. In an interview with Now magazine, he recalled thinking, "Fucking shit, I really want to work with the Coens," as he flew over the car that hit him. Thankfully, his injury did not have any impact on his role in the film because his character gets shot in the shoulder very early on. And contrary to how they normally do things, the Coen Brothers did not write parts in this film with actors in mind. Stephen Root is actually the only actor in No Country who they have worked with previously. Stephen Root, most known as Milton on Office Space, has pretty much been in every single Coen Brothers movie.
I'm sorry, I have to do this.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's who he meets with at the end, towards the end,
Yeah.
before Ellis. Damn it, I knew that. Okay,
The dude's a chameleon.
Yeah, he is, man. God damn, we're gonna need you to move way back. Rest in peace. Now, joke's not on you. Mr. Heath Ledger was in talks to play Llewellyn Moss, which eventually went to Josh Brolin. Now, Ledger withdrew to take some time off. He eventually would play a Chigurh-like psychopath killer, the Joker, in The Dark Knight.
His posthumous Oscar win for that film would succeed Javier Bardem's turn as Anton Chigurh. No Country was voted the second best film of 2008 by Empire magazine, narrowly missing the top spot to The Dark Knight. Garrett Dillahunt, who plays Wendell, auditioned 5 times for the role of Llewellyn Moss. Dillahunt also starred in 2009's The Road, another film based on a book by Cormac McCarthy.
Now, Mark Strong auditioned for the role of Chigurh, and he actually made it to the last 2 spots, which is no simple feat. But, of course, the role did go to Mr. Javier Bardem.
Tommy Lee Jones was the first actor in the movie to be cast, and Tiffany DuPont auditioned for the role of Carla Jean Moss.
Man,
And that is casting call.
Hey, guys, you better tell that wildcat behind the wheel, chill out.
All right.
Hey, Pop Quiz Hotshot, what segment is it?
Pop Quiz Hotshot.
All right, tell them what that is, D.
Pop Quiz Hotshot is the top 10 facts about the film that we are covering, that film being No Country for Old Men. So here are the top 10 facts about No Country for Old Men.
Number 10, Easter egg. In the film, Carla Jean Moss watches the crime drama 1953's Flight to Tangier on TV, a film about a mysterious plane carrying $3 million that arrives in the Tangier airport, and various interested parties try to grab the cash.
See how attention to detail that movie is? Like, our movie is about this, so let's not have her watching anything. Let's have her watching something that has pretty much the same plot.
There you go.
Number 9, For Reals. In the opening narration, Bell refers to the sheriffs of 2 other Texas counties named Jim Scarborough and Gaston Boykins, if that is a Texas-ass name, who were 2 real Texas sheriffs at the time the film takes place in. Number 8. Parodies abound. There is no shortage of No Country parodies. SNL did There Will Be Milkshakes for Old Men. Disaster Movie spoofed the Anton Chigurh character, as well as The Simpsons in Waverly Hills, 9021 Doe. He is also spoofed in Spanish Movie, Angie Tribeca, 2019's Let's Kill Mom, and South Park Banned in China. And who could forget the 2008 gay porn parody, Hung Country for Young Men?
Whoa. All right, that's what he said. All right, and with that being said, body count. 22 unfortunate souls meet their maker in No Country for Old Men, which brings to your point of duality. 11 probably went up, 11 probably went down.
Yeah. Nice. Number 6, Zoss Floss. After blowing up the car, Chigurh enters Mike Zoss' pharmacy. This is a reference to Mike Zoss Drugs in a Minneapolis pharmacy where the Coen Brothers spent time in their youth. They also named their production company Mike Zoss Productions.
Number 5, weapon of choice. The weapon that Chigurh's character uses does not actually exist. It was created for the film, based on a captive bolt pistol, commonly used to stun cows before slaughtering them, which we heard Chef Bill say early in the film.
Yes, a sound of a nail gun
Damn
is
it.
used for the sound effect when he fires the pistol. Number 4, Keeping Up with the Jones. Although top billed on posters and marketing, Tommy Lee Jones had the least amount of screen time out of the 3 main characters. And in April of 2010, he got paid extra for that least amount of screen time when Paramount Pictures was forced to pay him a $15 million bonus when an arbitrator found that the studio's lawyers made an error when drafting Jones' deal to appear in the film. So he was paid $15 million after the fact on a film that had a total budget of $25 million.
There's the answer.
There's more answer coming too.
Go for it. I was going to do number 3, but I saw it. Okay. I saw the line. I'm like, you know what? When I see hate, I'm going to let you go with it.
Number 3, Barely Composed. Composer Carter Burrell's score consists of just 16 minutes of music, and that 16 minutes of music is barely heard in the movie. Burrell also composed Fargo, The Big Lebowski, Oh Brother Where Art Thou, The Man Who Wasn't There, Intolerable Cruelty, The Lady Killers, Burn After Reading, A Serious Man, True Grit, Hail Caesar, and The Ballad of Buster Scruggs for the Coen Brothers. Outside of the Coen Brothers, he also scored Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows. And I do have a note here that speaking of Blair Witch, give that movie a chance. It catches a whole bunch of shit online, so just watch it and enjoy it for the fun that it is and how awesome Jeffrey Donovan is. Just enjoy the ride. Stop comparing it to the first.
And that was the Blair Pitch Project.
So-
3, or should I say, you want me to say it again? Because he wants you guys really to watch it, Blair Witch 2. But I'll go to my number 2.
So number 2 is where a good chunk of the money went.
I'm going to find out with you guys right now. Number 2, Bloody Hell. An unexpected expense for the film was a large amount of extremely expensive fake blood, no CGI here, costing $800 per gallon. And you're complaining about gas? In the scene where Llewellyn stumbles across the aftermath of a shootout as many extras are laying on the ground in pools of blood, it was necessary to use a special blood blend as opposed to the traditional set blood containing sugar to avoid the extras being invaded by bugs and ants. Man, that.
Yeah, somebody was spinning some bullshit and made a whole bunch of money off of it.
Yeah.
And
special blend, man. Look at it.
It repels ants. Number 1, just don't put sugar in it.
Right.
Number 1, science-backed. In January 2018's Business Insider, an article reported that a group of psychiatrists who studied over 400 films identifying 126, #who is Robert Partridge, psychopathic characters, they chose Javier Bardem's Anton Chigurh as the most clinically accurate portrayal of a psychopath.
I disagree with that, but hey, guess no one saw Joaquin Phoenix. With that being
I guess no one saw I'm Gonna Kill Someone this Friday.
I was in it. Or was I? We still don't know. And guys, that was Pop Quiz Hot Shot.
Why don't you subscribe? It'll last longer.